This is an interesting time for book readers and non-book readers. We're both at the frontier of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You don't know anything that I don't know in terms of timeline.
Nope.
You can't spoil anything for me.
Not anymore.
I feel so powerful right now. Finally.
No, season 6 is beyond the pale. It's going somewhere that no fans of the books or TV shows or the TV show is going to know. And as a result, we're all suddenly lumped in the same boat with only a few kind of little details scattered here and there. But obviously there's a whole bunch of stuff that's new to the show, which is new too. So it's fair game to say what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen to Cersei in King's Landing?
Well, I am a fan of the prophecy, which isn't to say that I hope that she watches all of her children die, but I do think that the next thing that's going to happen is Tommen's going to die. I hope that we get to see the new Mountain seek some serious vengeance on the militant faith, the faith militant, and then in the end, she'll maybe die of, I don't know, knowing that the witch was right. Or maybe she'll have a really long life and just feel terrible about herself. Who knows?
Depends what type of punishment George R. R. Martin likes. So who do you think is going to come out on top? The Tyrells or the Lannisters?
I think that if Cersei is able to recover, then it's going to be Lannisters. But in the end, I don't think it matters because in the end, it's just going to be the White Walkers that win.
I think the real difference is what's Jaime going to do when he gets back, because he's been traveling around. He has not been doing anything political. He's hopefully learning how to look after himself a little better than he was when he first lost his hand. And I think his political influence in the capital might be actually what ends up holding the Lannisters up, because Cersei looks like she's pretty down and out at this point, and Tommen is not helping with that situation.
That just depends on how well Cersei reacts to his unsuccessful mission to bring her daughter back alive.
That's true.
She has a giant zombie that could easily take out a one-handed man.
But it's more than just that, right? Of course, something we have to talk about also is Jon Snow, because, of course, his death seemed very, very secure. However, rumors abound that he could possibly not be dead.
Yeah, we know that Melisandre has the ability to resurrect people at least once when they're fresh corpses.
Having read the books, having finished the books about 7 years ago, the last one, when it came out, I've never felt that Jon was dead, and there's a bunch of key reasons why. The first one that everyone will point to is the fact that Melisandre is back in the castle, and in season 2, but the Red God resurrected Beric Dondarrion in that cave, if you remember, where Thoros of Myr was. The Hound defeated Beric Dondarrion in a duel, and then he was healed, like he had been severed like in half, and he healed back to life. And Thoros said it was about the 7th time it had happened. We've seen the Red God's power to bring people back to life. And so, as a result, she's there, Jon's dead. Jon's very important. It seems like a match made in heaven. Also, this show has pulled no punches about blatantly murdering people, and as a result, we probably are going to forgive him if they do a fake, oh, he's dead, oh, he's actually not. It's no longer the cliche. The cliche would be if he just died.
Yeah, it would be way more of a surprise if next season Jon Snow's back in episode 1.
Because
that would be such a big, huge groundbreaking surprise for Game of Thrones.
Because so far you've expected people to be back, and none of them are, except with the possible exception of Bran opening his eyes in the 2nd episode, right? So this is a thing where it's a filmmaking kind of idea, and one of the things that I thought of as the reader when you get to that point is, by this point there's been a lot of speculation about Jon's importance, and it comes from the fact of Jon's lineage, which is this whole L plus R equals J theorem, which is discussed often on the internet. And if you don't want to find out what that is, then go away. But if you're cooler than that, stay and listen, because you'll learn things. So the way it works is it's the concept that Jon was never Ned's bastard. Jon was actually the product of Lysana Stark, his sister, and Rhaegar Targaryen, who was the enemy of Robert. And Robert loved her, but she was married to Rhaegar. So the concept was then that the child that Ned came back with from the south was never his. It was his sister's, which means he's half Stark, Jon Snow. The other half is Targaryen, which makes a very big difference because, of course, the Targaryens have the dragon blood, like Dany. right? So, as a result, there's a lot of kind of prophecies in the book. There's a lot of concepts that are stretching, saying Jon has got to last to the end because he's important in the re-succession of Daenerys when she comes over. He's a true-born ally because he's got the blood. And that makes him a character who is more important than Robb Stark, per se, one that might merit some kind of divine intervention to bring back into the fold and the politics of power that are going on in Westeros. In addition to that, it would just suck because he's awesome. And that's my follow-up point.
Yeah, I think you did say it all. Then again, it is Game of Thrones, and they do just kill people sometimes.
The final thing is that people figured out this theory about Jon really early on. And even though George R. R. Martin did a good job of hiding it, and one of the results, I think, and one of the reasons why he has this kind of form of writer's block, is I think he wants to surprise everyone by changing things. He's surprised people so often in the series, right? Especially in book 1 and book 3. And so one of the things I think which is really important is he wanted to surprise people again, saying, oh, you thought you knew. You did not know. And I kind of think that it's just a fake because he just wants you to think he's tricked you when really he can't do that. It's not going to happen. It would be like shooting his own foot to make a point.
Kicked him out.